Gold player Flash, 272 wins, 105 losses, total all-time Pro League. He is 6-2, and this is his very first Terran versus Terran this season.
That just makes me even more excited. His first Terran versus Terran Pro League, and he's going to be going up against Maru. This guy, you saw his record was 272 to basically around 100, and we saw, I think it was Roro before, at somewhere like 200 and then 150 losses. This guy has such a big win ratio here, and you know that's why so many people love him.
And as you can see, Maru is also a gold player. In fact, the most winning player. That's why he has the Grandmaster logo. He's 7-3 all time, and he also has not shown us any Terran versus Terrans. We've seen very few Terran versus Terrans. I think maybe only one.
I think it was one.
Just one Terran versus Terran this entire season. It's
and now we're gonna see 2 in a row. We're gonna get 200% more Terran versus Terrans here at Pro League in just one matchup.
Yeah. This is I mean, this is actually basically the long Protoss winter that most Terrans are hibernating through right now. They're just waiting.
Winter was coming. It has come.
Now they're like, spring is coming, right?
I don't know. The winters are long. The winters are long and harsh.
Right, David? You talked about that Mothership core nerf. It's happening, right? All right, Terran versus Terran on Yeonsu. Flash versus Maru. KT Rolster versus JINAIR Green Wings right now.
Down here in the bottom left, the red Terran for KT Rolster. This is Flash. As much as that CG wants to block the team name, it's hard not to recognize this guy.
Certainly. Perhaps one of the most, well, I don't even think it's an opinion anymore, one of the most known esports idols of all time. And Maru is on his way to becoming one himself. It's been called by many the Terran Hope. And he has advanced the round of 16 along with Terran brother Byung in GSL Code S.
Byung.
Yes.
I love that name.
It's a good name. Somewhat of a late depot from Flash because he decides to make it as his wall.
Yeah.
And in Terran versus Terran, sometimes we'll see players just skip that because you don't really need a wall.
This says
Terran's alive.
Is alive. It is living currently.
Come watch Pro League, I guess.
Yeah, telling you guys out there to go watch Pro League. We have a gas first for Maru.
Yeah, he's going to go gas first here, and Flash, on the other hand, somewhat of a late gas. Probably take it right now, as you can see on the production tab he does. With this fast gas, Maru can get a lot of scouting with his Reaper. Could also get some damage done, depending on how he wants to play this. Or could just go into a faster factory tech, which is pretty common in this matchup. Everybody just sit back and remember what Terran versus Terran is like, as we do not see it very often.
Yeah, take a moment and think about those games, 3 months ago. It wasn't that far away, but the point is that this just does not happen very often, especially here at Pro League.
Yeah, it's funny because in the old days, Terran versus Terran was the most often seen matchup back in Wings of Liberty towards the beginning. Not really the case anymore. So with the factory queued up here, well, we'll queue it up in a second. There it goes. We'll be able to get that out very quickly. The SV sees the timing of the orbital, sees the gas, he knows everything. So Flash gets all the information in the world here. Let's see how he responds. Probably a Flash fangirl. Could be a Maru fangirl, though.
Yeah. If there's a girl here in the studio, it's a high probability that they are probably one of the fangirls.
Yes.
Or they work there.
Yeah. Oh, she's back.
I like the earring.
It is a nice touch.
They asked her a question, and apparently it was a very interesting answer.
I think they asked her if she came last time, if I heard that correctly. Like, I can only hear little parts, so I have a sound blocker on my head. But she agreed. She did say yes. I think it was her who came last time. I think she looks familiar to me. I think she was on camera a few times, and maybe that's what they're asking her. But we have very fast Banshees coming out right now from Maru. Seems to be his plan here. Since he's been scouted, he could also just drop the Raven and play it safe. What's your take? I feel like we're going to see both players mech because they've shown that so much. Do you think that as well?
I would have to agree. I think both of these guys even have the tendency to go mech against Zerg. A lot of meching Terrans have been seen very recently, and these guys, even starting off with just these builds, very gas heavy. We see the Cloak Banshee actually coming out for Maru as well. Flash also getting that star part.
Yeah, he's continuing to produce Marines as well and getting a medevac. Looks like he wants to do some counter drop. Maybe he thinks that since he's scouted Maru's not going to commit to that Banshee play. So he's going to have to be careful because he doesn't have detection. He doesn't have an eBay. He doesn't even have a second orbital to rely on with scan, so he needs to be careful. Now he starts that eBay. But yeah, like you said, mech is getting more and more popular. I feel like if one of these two players does not mech, it's going to be Flash because he's very good at bio. His splitting is very good, and Maru just mechs more often than him in general.
Yeah. Flash will be a guy that can pull you across the map. He's kind of like TY. Can drop you at all parts of the map. We do see this medevac is actually carrying a bunch of these Marines, probably to drop at the back while he attacks at the front with the Marines, or at the Hellions, rather.
Sometimes a good defense, or sometimes the best defense is a good offense, which is basically what he's showing us here. He's going to have the Viking ready at home as well as a missile turret to help deal with the Banshee. I'm liking Flash's position here, and he's undetected right now. These units are undetected.
They're undetected, and it looks like he wants to drop up the Hellions as well over here at the side. This Banshee, in the meantime, Maru is coming into the main base. The Cloak has just finished now.
And here we go, Hellions and Marines alike, all of them in the main base here, and Maru pulls his SPUs in the worst possible way, lining them up. And with the healing power on that medevac, these Marines could do a ton of damage. The Siege Tank, on the other hand, is here to the rescue, and so are those Marines.
But that Siege Tank is actually going to go down. He gets the Cloak Banshee as well, and now he's going to get out of here. Yeah. We're not sure about that Banshee, by the way, in the main base here. It looks like he's done no kills so far.
No kills is just too solid of a defense.
The ultimate weapon is Flash, of course. Now with two Vikings out here, he's going to be able to get this Banshee right when that Cloak runs out.
He's actually he's actually like forcing a Widowmine in here. That wasn't the best shot he could have gotten, but he's just going to target down as many Marines as he can. And this drop, I don't think is going to get a whole lot done here. There's just too many Marines to defend back at home.
Yeah,
he may even lose it.
Oh, big mistake here out of Flash. Does not want to lose that medevac and all those units right now.
So as it turns out, we have a pretty heavy commitment to bio by Maru. The opposite of what I thought we would see. Oh my God, that was a mistake. That was he ate a lot of damage there.
Yeah.
We do have a scan indicator on the map, by the way, now, so you guys can tell where scans are being dropped. He needs another scan, or he's going to lose a Siege Tank. He's going to deny the command center temporarily as well. Nicely done. Maru is getting pretty ahead here.
He's getting a lot of units here. Flash losing a lot of units in the main bases. Maru as well. He's going to continue taking out a bunch of units. He gets a Siege Tank as well, and now Maru's pushing across the map. You guys see the army supply up there in the top right. And even those two Vikings aren't going to do so well against a bunch of these Marines and that one Siege Tank.
Yeah.
Maru could do a lot of damage with this attack.
Maru will likely end the game here. That one Siege Tank on the high ground is the saving grace of Flash. He unsieges it, however, and tries to get a better position back at home where he can repair. He's got his own Banshee up for defense as well, but Maru is not waiting at all. 17 Marines out right now for him. He's killing these depots. He's going to stop the barracks. No more production here for Flash.
No more production with the Cloak Banshee as well. The Siege Tank is in the back. It is sieged up. It is doing a bunch of damage. There are two now, actually, but Maru has his own here. Going to come forward and try to do a bunch of damage. There's no scan here for Flash to try to take out this Banshee.
Yeah.
One Siege Tank goes down. Another one is going to go down, but this one, actually, Maru could be in a bit of trouble as well, but those two Marines are going to hold it off for now.
That Banshee is just such a game changer for Maru here. He's able to do so much damage with it, and it's looking like this is going to be game. There's just way too much damage has been done here. There's no answer for the Banshees. And what's he going to do? I mean, he's just going to have to type out GG. Maru takes the win and takes our first Terran versus Terran. Very well played.
Very, very well played. Very, very quick game, quicker than I would have imagined. And Maru showing exactly who is the ultimate weapon here.
I was just going to say, I really liked Maru's defense of Flash's Hellions. He panicked at first, lined up some of the SCVs, but luckily for him, the shots didn't go off, and then was able to pull everything back up at home, defend, and then the way he used his Banshee, instead of just trying to pick off SCVs and being a little bit risky with it, he killed the add-on, which meant much less Marine production for Flash. Then he was able to pick off the siege tanks. He constantly denied the command center, which would have meant more scans if that had finished. He was able to stop the turret from going up as well. And tough loss there for Flash. He's looking a little bit unhappy. But that was a great game nonetheless by both players.
Yeah, very well played. I mean, both of the ideas from both players were very nice as well. Maru continuing with the closed Banshees even after it got scouted, and Flash going with a really nice aggression. Could have done a bit more damage, but in the end, you know, didn't quite go as planned. He lost the medevac in all those units as well, so they weren't able to come back and defend as well. I feel like if he had those units and he didn't even lose that medevac, you know, maybe he could have at least defended a little bit better, especially with the siege tanks coming out. I mean, could have gone very differently.
Losing the reactor